All right, hello everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 14 Week 1 Bear Cave. We thought this day would never come, one of the longest off seasons we have had. Fell right on the holiday, right on the end of year, but we made it, folks, and we are here for Week 1 Bear Cave. If you don't know what the SFA is, it's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can coach it, jump in, you can coach a team, set depth charts, set playbooks, set schemes, recruit, participate in a bunch of server games. We have a fully functional stock market. We have a fully functional sports book, so feel free to join. We do have commands all over the place. Shout out to Dogwater for subscribing. And yeah, we are affiliated, so if you don't want to miss any of the action or get any ads, feel free to drop a Twitch Prime sub. I did update all of the signage, all of the banners, all of the branding, and we have new emotes for you guys who are subscribed on Twitch. So spam all of those new emotes. There's a bunch of them. But yeah, we're super excited here. First time the Bear Cave graphic is up. Used AI this season, so hype. You guys can hear me. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely already a wild week 1, primarily in the SEC. You had Tennessee go down to G5, and then you also had Alabama go down to the G5. Definitely rough. But we are here, folks. Bear Cave. And yeah, just give it a second. Make sure everybody gets in here. And I had another announcement. Let's see. I'm trying to get all of my ducks in a row. It's been a long time since we streamed. If you guys don't know what Bear Cave is, it's the 10 best games of the week that we actually jump into and watch. And then later we will have a game day stream. But yeah, I already plugged Twitch Prime. If you want to check out Patreon, you can check that out. And then also check out our friends over at Home Field. We still have an affiliation. This is Season 2 of the Home Field affiliation. 15% off anything on their website using our code SFA. And works once per email. They are adding 19 schools this season, and they did just drop brand new NC State merch and brand new Wake Forest merch as well. So check them out. Yeah, definitely a rough start here for a lot of teams. So let me just open up my Bear Cave graphic, and we jump in and live sim the games, and then if it's close at the end, we do jump in to see the ending. So we're gonna get going here in a second. First game on the list today is going to be Florida State and Wisconsin. Mushbrain against Coach Jackie Moon, who a lot of people were saying had one of the worst off seasons ever. So we'll see what happens here. This is a game that was nutty to start the year. I don't know why I'm in the SEC. This is a game that was last season. I think Wisconsin scored 31 unanswered. Then Florida State reverse scored 31. Hey, there you go. You outgained Duke. Welcome in, Elharm. And make sure you guys follow the stream as well. So we have Florida State and Wisconsin. For those of you guys who are betting, this is a 7.5 point spread for Florida State. And let's see if I can find it on these new sheets here. I don't have it all at my fingertips. And the over-under is 57.5. Let's go. So I do see Jackie Moon in the chat. Let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And Jackie Moon, do you want special uniforms or no? You just want to rock with whatever. We're allowing Patreon users to do custom uniforms on Bear Cave if they want. Oh yeah, Tribe. It's been feeling like Christmas Day all day today. Off seasons are always by far the most work for me, and now when the actual season's running is when I can kind of chill out and actually enjoy it. But this season was on another level, so we are here, though. It doesn't matter. Games are starting. Week 1 in full swing as we are here at Camp Randall as Florida State goes on the road. Take on Wisconsin. So we're here at the coin toss. And it just... Okay, well... The coin toss just glitched. So, as always, we get started here. So, how it goes is we quick sim to the fourth quarter, and then it jumps in. So, if it's close, within a score. So, here we go. How is this going to start? And first touchdown from Florida State. Starting out the year strong, 21-0. This is a carbon copy of the start from last season. I think where Florida State jumped out to a big lead. Let's see, can they hold it? 28-7, 2014. Oh, here comes Wisconsin. We've seen the script before. And at halftime, it is 35-17. That over-under is going to get obliterated here as we enter the third quarter. And Wisconsin scores again. We're right. The over just hit. And it's an 11-point spread as we head to the final quarter as Marty Fellows gets a 98-yard touchdown. An absolute beast. So now we always sim slowly here as the fourth quarter comes to an end. It's still a 14-point game. So we're going to see, can Wisconsin battle back? They need a touchdown here. They've got to get one back. They're driving, and there it is. They do get the touchdown. It's officially a one-score game. We won't jump in until the 2-minute mark, but we will go one play at a time as they're going with Ken Moss. He's a Texas State transfer. He was tearing it up down there at the last level, and now he's a redshirt senior, so we want to see what he can do. 2 minutes in, first game of the season. Can Florida State close this game out? Or is Wisconsin going to get another chance with the offense on the field? Handoff, Ken Moss, and he's not going to get it. They're not going to give him the spot. He went down early, so 3rd and inches. Here's a chance for Wisconsin. And this would be a no cover if it holds. 7.5 is a dirty line. D'Erico Claxton, a deep drop, floats it over the middle, and it's caught. Risky business there, going for it. Willis Whopper can't believe it. 4 touchdowns today for D'Erico, the upperclassman, hoping to take a massive step forward after quite a couple of years of disappointing losses. So we're going to hand it off again to Ken Moss. I don't see Martin Black in sight to force a fumble, so they should be okay as Glenn Childs, the SFA player, makes the tackle. So now we just got to see, can Florida State close it out? They are king chokers, but it looks like they've learned this is victory formation. And the ACC getting another win here in non-conference. So a nice start to the season after a lackluster transfer portal, Jackie Moon. I feel like this is the best case scenario. Big start. Probably don't like the defensive play, but we get a stiffy there from Ken Moss. And for Coach Mushbrain, he's already dreaming of next season where his 90 overall non-quarterback comes in from winning fantasy football. Now the question is, they do actually have to kick this. All right, interesting result now. I mean, if he misses this, then it's going to be uh-oh, but this is for the cover. They're going to have to actually kick it, folks. He's going to have to kick it for the cover. A lot of money and Bear Cave points on the line. The kick is up, and it's good. As we see the Rutgers result over Alabama, an absolute shocker. Many people had Alabama going all the way this season. And obviously we are at 2 scores, so I have to sim it until it's 1 score again. And that's going to do it here from Camp Randall. The road team gets it done today. Florida State earns the first win of Season 14 on stream. Congratulations there, Coach Jackie Moon. Ken Moss, his first game, look at him go. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Absolutely insane. Yep, we do always go through the stats that way because a lot of bets involve a lot of these stats here. And a new introduction to this season as the over hits and Florida State covers, but the Bear Cave props. So Marty Fellows, the question is, did he get over under 125 yards? We did see him pop off a 98-yard run, so I'm pretty sure he'll hit the over on that one. But we will see here in a second. If any of you guys are tracking your bets, how did your bets go for the sim games? Or as we are gonna. So we got a Buggy Gumption touchdown. Let's go. We got a punt return for a touchdown. We got a defensive touchdown for Wisconsin. So a lot of craziness happening here today. Obviously the 98-yard run there. So let's see. Jericho Claxton, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ken Moss, his first game as a Florida State Seminole, getting off to a fantastic start. That is quite a day 3 steal from the transfer portal, if I don't say so myself. Amon-Ra Leuha popping off in his senior year. Buggy Gumption getting 2 catches. A lot of pancakes here. Defensively, tackles for loss, sacks, any interceptions? No. Who got the forced fumbles? Guess nobody. All right. So now let's go to Wisconsin and Coach Mushbrain. Edwards, his first start. Nolan Edwards. They were behind for a lot of the game, so they did have to throw it a bunch, and he actually played really well. Rushing the ball, 148. So Marty Fellows, the over hits on the Bear Cave props, if you were betting on those. And he had 65 through the air. Justin Estes, watch out for this guy, the sophomore. 2 touchdowns, 92 yards. And wait, did James Sharp get involved? He did. The fullback, the Georgia Southern transfer, 2 receptions for 18 yards. That's what we like to see. Unfortunately, it was a loss. Tackle for loss was 2. No sacks on the day. And the interception was from Sean Scott. UCLA already played. All right, I always got to get my players of the game graphic here so that we don't miss, and I will start putting the players of the game graphics at the end of the game day videos. You go check the channel and check your ping for the score. All right, next up we have Florida and UNLV. Cryo, do you have any uniform suggestions? So we know this bonehead's going all orange. The Dogwater era starting here today. Dogwater does get the heads or tails, kick or receive. Florida is a 4.5-point favorite. And what is the over-under of this game? The over-under is 64.5. All right, I don't see anything from Cryo here, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So here we go. We are in Allegiant Stadium, home of UNLV. Darren Archer. All right, Dogwater, heads or tails, kick or receive. Heads in, kick. All right. And the Bear Cave prop bet today is Dyron Satterfield pass yards. Will he get over, under 175? All right, here we go, folks. Second Bear Cave game of the day, and a quick touchdown from Florida State, but 2 quick ones from UNLV. This game popping off very early on. It looked like that was a kickoff return from Florida. And can they battle back? The offense looking lackluster. UNLV kind of doing their thing. Uh-oh, here we go. UNLV holding them off. There's Florida finally getting involved. Third quarter coming to an end, down 7. UNLV is driving. They extend the lead to 14. Florida, what are you doing? Dyron Satterfield has the ball again. Can they put this game out of reach? Oh my. No. Hold on. There you go. They add a field goal. All right, so we're getting to that 2-minute mark. We're not going to jump in quite yet as Florida gets smoked. Holy cow. The SEC getting absolutely cooked today. Yeah, so Small returned the kickoff to start the game. You had Waller, Archer. Look at Satterfield go, man. 3, and then he rushed one in. A big-time win there for Coach Cryo. Justin Malone, the senior, 13 of 32. That's not going to win you a lot of games. Brandon Wilson, 58 yards here. So a lot of work to do here for Dogwater at his new school. Tackles for loss. Any interceptions? No. One deflection here from Rollins. They just got their butts kicked. Jake Ramsey got a turnover. And UNLV, and yes, Dyron Satterfield kills the over on his pass yards. A fantastic day here for UNLV, and a big start is both Aaron Archer and Dyron Satterfield popped off. That's what you like to see. And how did you... Oh, my! Okay, Cryo. Ubaldo Kingsbury, the SFA freshman, absolutely going ballistic. 14 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Kingsbury popping off in his very first career game. 5 total sacks, living in the backfield. Randall Baker, the transfer portal, pickup with an interception. Masterclass performance here from UNLV. You couldn't have asked for a better result to start the year. Just 2 games in already, only 2 people left with a perfect Bear Cave chance. That's wild. Obviously, Small got himself a kick return. Dyron Satterfield, player of the game. Ubaldo Kingsbury, man. What a way to introduce yourself. Learn the name, folks. Learn the name. That is unbelievable. All right, folks, next up is we have Arizona at Hawaii. So how is it going to go for Coach Dogwater now that he lost his first game of his new season? Is he going to miss what he had over at Arizona? Arizona, number 18 in the country, going up against Hawaii. Coach Woolley, if you're here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or just kick or receive. If you guys are betting or Bear Cave, it's an 11-point spread for Arizona. And where is the over-under? Over-under is actually massive for this game, 74.5. And the line for this game is Josh Kamara interceptions. And I'm not sure, did the over hit on that last game? I don't think so. I think the under hit. I think it was, 31-14? Yeah, that's only 45. So the under hit for the Florida game. It's going to be very fun to track all the betting that's going on as we are here, and it's going to be the debut of Malika Fruz, the transfer from Wyoming, along with Joe Webb, the transfer from Georgia Tech. Well, this is a Hawaii team a lot of people love a lot. I don't see Woolley in the chat, so we're just going to go kick. Here we go, folks. Is Arizona going to be any good this year? Hawaii with a quick touchdown. All right, there's Arizona. They do have one of the best offenses in the country. The question is surrounding the defense. Pretty much the entire defense transferred away. And here comes the scoring, but Arizona pulls away a bit. It's a 7-point game as we enter the third quarter. And Hawaii adds a field goal. And they add another field goal. 1-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. It's a little bit closer than the experts would like. Going one play at a time, and Hawaii gets it done, but they missed the 2-point conversion. Oh boy, can they get the ball back? Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark. Are we going to see another masterclass Arizona performance? It's up to the defense for Hawaii. Can they get a stop? You see Josh Gamarra, Matt Bowers in the backfield, Mike Wishbone top of your screen. This is the same offense you know and love from these Wildcats. Bowers falls forward for about 6. Can Arizona hold on to get it done? I mean, if you give Hawaii the ball, I doubt that they do much. So you got to get these first downs. Don't let Gamarra throw the ball. An offset eye run. Look at Bowers go. He's looking for a Heisman campaign this season after getting the Walker last year. All right, 3rd and 2. This is where Hawaii needs it. 1 timeout left. They're going to delay, give to Bowers, and he gets it. He goes through 2 men, and Arizona is going to hang on. An unbelievable run from Matt Bowers to clinch it. So now we're going to watch him run out the clock. So we're not going to get to see Joe Webb today. But Hawaii, definitely a good showing here. Showing that they should be able to compete in the Mountain West. And watch out for the Mountain West, man. They are looking pretty strong. So we always watch them kneel it out, because if you sim, then sometimes they mess it up and give them the ball back. So we just want to make sure every team gets a fair shake, gets their win. So as we head to the end of this game, Arizona is going to start out 1-0 on their quest to right the wrongs they felt like of last season and actually make the playoff. So a 2-point win here for Arizona. The under hits, and Arizona no covers. But a win is a win in the standings. Now the question is, did Gamarra... No, he didn't throw a pick. What? The most free bet in history? No interceptions? That can't be. What? Oh my gosh, maybe Josh Gamarra just didn't need Dogwater. Now that Dogwater's gone, maybe Josh Gamarra is going to be the 5-star he's supposed to be. Unbelievable game. What a start. What a start to the games here, and they're only going to get better from here, as the left side of the bracket is always the games that are good stories, but probably not great matchups on the field. That one was a good one. I think kind of a worst case scenario there for Dogwater, losing his game and Arizona winning. So let's check out Malika Fruz doing his thing. A guy named McQueen, so I guess they replaced him. Wishbone got a touchdown. Axel Brooks, SFA player, getting one. I think the turning point, though, was those 2 field goals in the 3rd quarter. You got to punch those in to win these games. So Joe Webb, his first career start, not too shabby. 58%. I mean, this is better than anything he ever did at Georgia Tech when he had that freshman year starting. But the running game was lackluster here today from Hawaii. That might be a problem. But Fruz popping off. You've got Axel Brooks popping off. And then on defense, tackles for loss. No sacks of Gamarra, so no pressure really being applied. And he kind of just ate up these defenders. SFA player Kelly Kachuk, his first game of his career. Now we check out Arizona. Josh Gamarra, no interception, 75% completion percentage. What a start here for Gamarra. And Bowers didn't even really have that big of a game. He really just became the workhorse on that final drive. Might have missed some time with an injury. Who knows? Wishbone doing his thing. And Greenberg not doing much. Blocking, very good. And how would the defense respond? Well, it looks like they did pretty well. Copeland, 3 tackles for loss. He got a sack. And a couple of deflections here or there. And a turnover from Danny Anderson. So that's going to do it here from Hawaii. I meant his first start at Hawaii, my bad. Yeah, he had his freshman year start at his freshman year he started at Georgia Tech, and it did not go well. All right, so Hawaii wins that one. All right, folks, as we continue on week 1 Bear Cave, we're going now to Georgia Tech. So, Mike, if you're here, let me know if you want to wear any special uniforms. And then MZ, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive if you're here. This is going to be a good one. Regular uniforms, head and receive. All right, I'll do Mike if I don't see any Army. And look at the matchup on paper, 91-86. Pretty good game. We know Army is pretty good when they have Ruddy Rogers at full health. So, all right, we'll go Georgia Tech and receive. He wants the ball. Now, the line here is a 5-point line for Georgia Tech. And then the over-under for this game is 46.5, so actually quite a low over-under. And then obviously the prop bet today is how many rushing touchdowns will Georgia Tech get today? Over under 3.5. So we are here at the coin toss, and Mike does not win the toss, so we are off here in the ACC. They're hoping for a big season here for Georgia Tech. How is it going to fare? They give up a quick score to Army. And nothing doing much here in the first quarter. Nice start for the line makers. And there we go. We start getting some scoring here in the second quarter. 14-7. 21 total points here, on track for the under, surprisingly. And nothing doing much in the third quarter from either team. So obviously triple option teams going against each other. They know how each other kind of works. So normally some pretty good defense. Now we're just going to go one play at a time. We don't want to miss any of the action in this defensive slugfest, as we get some big plays starting to go from Army, but nothing doing. So it looks like that under for the Bear Cave line is going to hit, as they're not going to probably even score 3 touchdowns. The question is, some big plays in. Juice Riggs, 59 yards for the touchdown. The SFA player, a big-time bomb there. Army never saw it coming. So now can Army respond? No. And a quick touchdown. A punt return now. So a long throw and then a punt return for a touchdown gets Georgia Tech the lead. Unbelievable start for Georgia Tech, or really just a mighty collapse here from Army in the fourth quarter. So now they're going to have to start throwing the ball, and look at them move the rock. Holy smokes. And they tie it up before we even get to the 2-minute mark. That's 5 straight passes. What is this game on? So we're at 45 right now for the over-under. And I believe we're very close to the over-under line. So here we go, folks. 2 minutes left. They're trying the onside kick, so they're not going to kick it deep. Can Army recover it? And no, it's recovered by Georgia Tech, and 1 first down is going to win the game. Very, very close here. The question is, can Army get the ball back? 5-point spread right now is a Georgia Tech no cover. Handoff, Marco Schroeder, he flips it out wide. And Dante Lesser gets some nice yardage. Remember, a first down wins the game. Can Marco Schroeder lead him? You got Todd Ward's there. Handoff, Schroeder keeps it. There's going to be the first down. Nicely done there. Georgia Tech now can likely run out the clock. Army giving it their best effort, but unable to do what they did last year in week 1 by upsetting a top 25 team. They took out Notre Dame last year. This year, just missing. Georgia Tech, as there they go, Georgia. Todd Ward's up the gut. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Boom. And that might have just killed my parlay. It's been going strong, but I need Army to get back within 5. Once again, we see this Rutgers game. So now we're back to 10 points. So we just sim until it gets back within 1 score like normal. And they're once again throwing the rock, so watch out. It's 2nd and goal, and they score! All right, folks, we're going to watch the plays out. The defense non-existent for Georgia Tech. Maybe Army should abandon the run. They start throwing the ball, and they're scoring at will. So we're back to the no cover. All right, once again, going for the onside kick. My parlay is back in the running. And another recovery from Georgia Tech. So the over hits by a lot. Yes, Army does have a user coach. All right. So can we see something fantastic, or are they just going to take knees? No, Mike's not going to risk a big-time out-of-conference loss here for Georgia Tech. Or out-of-conference win for Georgia Tech. And Army, a nice showing here. As they have to snap it one more time, and they should be good to head to the locker room. A 31-28 win, no cover for Georgia Tech. The over hits. And now, honestly, the question becomes, did Georgia Tech hit the over? Over under 3.5 rushing touchdowns. I don't think so. And there it is, Georgia Tech. We hit triple zeros. They get it done, folks. Unbelievable game there. It was super low scoring, and then the 4th quarter completely popped off from both sides. We got a punt return, we got a deep ball from Riggs, and then Army started spreading it out, throwing it to Eric Montoya, the transfer from Oklahoma. That was a great game. That one lived up to the hype. I just wish we would have gotten Army the ball with a chance to tie it up or to take the lead instead of all the kneels, but it's the way the cookie crumbles, and a great way to start the year. Yeah, Jay Jettis, you should have kept him. And now we get the Sickos game of the week. Let's go. Dude, my parlay is 4 for 4 right now. Everybody will say it's rigged. All right. Georgia Tech, we got 1 run. This is a throw. That is a punt return. 2 runs. So, no, the under hits, and we had 35 points scored in that 4th quarter. Under bettors are killing themselves there. But look at the Marco Schroeder masterclass, man. 9 for 25 through the air, 36 yards. That is unbelievable. Dante Lesser, 85 yards, gets a touchdown. Todd Ward's that beautiful one up the gut. And then on defense, Tech Sargent leading in tackles. And then the SFA walk-on, this is a shop reward from last year. He gets 2 sacks in his first career start. Freddie Kazili, a lot of you guys will not know the name. Get to know him. He popped off here. Got an interception from Reggie Givens. Some deflections. And then let's see, who was it? What's his name getting this? Mark Clark getting the return for a touchdown. Nicely done. And then Army. New quarterback Jeremy Silva. He did pretty well when he had to throw it as they were down. Ruddy Rogers only 4 carries on the day. That's kind of what happens sometimes with triple option. You can kind of choose who gets the ball, who doesn't. But SFA player TJ Sanderson, along with Eric Montoya, the transfer over from Oklahoma, popping off here today. And on defense, tackles for loss, Ryan Sims. Kermit Scroat, the transfer from Ole Miss. He got a sack as well. No turnovers here. Jemai Lawson, the SFA player. Deflections, Kenzo Carter, Scooter Burdett, both SFA guys. And that will do it here from Atlanta. He was just their quarterback. They had that Kemp guy, but this is just the guy who's behind him developing. So some just IGR. Dante Lesser gets player of the game. Freddie Kazili, I love that name when I rolled it in the generator, so I'm glad that one, glad he popped off in his first game. Some of these defensive ends, man, are actually making waves so far. And now we get Coach Tribe. Let me know, Tribe, if you have a specific jersey request here. And we're trying out giving Patreon users jerseys for Bear Cave. What conference are you in? You're in the Big 12. So Central Michigan, the controversial bowl win against a yellow and gold team in the bowl game last year, and now they're gonna try to take out Coach Tribe. A lot of hype surrounding this program. McNasty, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. All black with yellow helmet. All right. You have a Top Gun helmet. That's interesting. See if they even have a yellow helmet. All right, these are all the options, so. Gold Tiger, there you go. We'll go all black there. Beautiful. All right. So I don't see McNasty. We always go with the road team. All right, the Chippewas. Oh, McNasty wants tails and kick. Beautiful. All right, guys, this is a 6-point favorite for Mizzou. And this is a 54.5 over-under. And the Bear Cave prop for this game is Yaz Sussy. The defensive end, is he going to pop off today and get a sack? He's facing Kobe Beef one-on-one, so it's going to be an interesting question. All right, tails and kick for the Chips. Fire up Chips, baby. Yes, sir. McNasty coming through. Tails and kick. Here we go. This is going to be a good one because I think Central Michigan is still going to be a similar team from last year, about a 9-win team. And then Missouri is supposed to be a lot better. So let's see what happens here. Central Michigan, first touchdown, just grinding it out. They have an elite offensive line. And there's Missouri tying it back up. Boom! There they go again. Central Michigan, that's a field goal. They take the lead. This one is going to be close. We are at halftime. And boom, Missouri goes again. Missouri again. They take the lead. 11 points here as we enter the fourth quarter. Remember, they have another one. Oh, my God, Missouri. And an interception. Harrison Hood, the SFA player. 42-17. Not looking good for the Chips. They're on their back foot. They add a touchdown, but it is just too late. And 48, they get another one. Missouri doubles them up. Unbelievable game there for Missouri. What a game. Cronin. You've got Robertson run. You got a pass. And Spencer came in. So Wykel Summers maybe got injured. That might have been the reason why the game wasn't close in the second half. Because it was all Chippewas early on. Sandro Londano scores in his first game. Yeah, this Spencer guy came in. Not sure what happened with Wykel. We'll have to take a look. Or Spencer, it must have been early on because he took all of the snaps here. 250, 2 touchdowns. And then Robertson here. Van Lawson, Stover. And how we do on tackles for loss? You got 4 from this Langford guy. He could be good. Too bad he's a senior. Interceptions, you got Gonzalez and Lowry. Douglas. And then, wow, a lot of forced fumbles here for Central Michigan. So, Missouri, you got to clean up the fumbling. All right, the question, though, Missouri, did Yaz Sussy get a sack? We got not the best start here for Terrell Hunter, but you know what? He did his job, got him a win. Cronin popped off. 161 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground. Sandra Lindano, the transfer from Texas, also getting some nice run here today. And then, wait a second, we got to look at Caden Sanker first. Caden Sanker, the transfer from ECU, the best tackle in the country for Pancakes. And then where is he? Yes, Sussy did not get a sack. Oh, the under hits, unfortunately, for that one. Tyler McGee, though, your transfer guy from your first year, got 3 tackles for loss. Sussy did get 2 tackles for loss, but no sacks. Harrison Hood got himself an interception. Kellen Hampton got a forced fumble. And just a nice play there for Missouri. Yeah, McNasty, I got to check your roster because you said no changes, so I didn't even look at their roster. So if the game had Spencer QB1, if they are like the same overall, I'm going to have to change it. So if you want to DM me to remind me so that I can check Central Michigan to make sure Weikel's the starter. But I'm pretty sure he's a higher overall, so I think it might have been an injury. But yeah, that one is a blue square special. I don't think it mattered in the grand scheme of things, but I think probably a injury of some sort happened there. All right, we move on. We are now at the it is the Patreon Bear Cave game, or the Bear Cave game of the week, and this is a fun one. This is Oregon and this is App State. So Coach Dave, if you're here, let me know. And then Coach Zach, if you're here as well, let me know if you want to do cool jerseys. Heads or tails, kick or receive for Oregon. They are a 10-point favorite. The line today here is Will Flynn Sanders throw for over 400 yards. And the line is obviously 10 points for Oregon. And the over-under is 66.5. All right, I don't see anything from Dave or Zach here, so it's gonna just be stock jerseys, and we'll go heads and kick. A very interesting start here. All whites is available. Oh my gosh, you guys were late. Well, Dave, give me your what is that? Coin toss pick. Since you are here. I gave you guys like 15 seconds, man. How long is this delay? Jeez. I was looking at chat. Your thing didn't come in till like I said, heads or kick, right? I'm waiting. Like I'm sitting here waiting. Like there's no way it's like a 30-second delay. Okay, heads, and then what? He said heads. Now what does he want? Oh my God. I'm just gonna have to sit here and wait for Dave. Do you want to receive or kick? Do 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 do. Finally. Yeah, I guess I had a couple of frames drop early on, so I guess it's a little bit delayed. All right, next quarter here. All right, how's this one going to go? We got Oregon and App State. You got to go on the road to Boone. It's never an easy job. I like the way they do this field, but an early lead here. This one's going to be a barn burner, absolutely. 21-14 here as we hit halftime. And, oh, nothing doing. So it must have been a red zone turnover and 2 point. Oh, my God, Oregon. What is going on, Oregon? Oh, man, we're going to see another G5 master class. All right, here we go. And they do get the touchdown. We're a minute away here. We're getting close to where we're going to have to jump in. A 4th down. Flint couldn't do anything. All right, here we go. 2 minutes left. Down a score. Oregon has it in plus territory. This is when it gets good, folks. I know there's a delay. I am sorry. But let's go. Sal Easton over the middle. He completes it. No, it's dropped. Oh, you got to catch the ball. Sal Easton, who followed Coach Dave to his new digs. They're on the road here. Number 24 ranked. A tough environment for sure in Boone. Handoff up the middle. Broken tackles. They've got to get a touchdown here. Plenty of time. They have all 3 timeouts. That was a big play to get about 8 back. Remember, this is a big time offense going against a kind of a depleted defense. They have some SFA players here and there now. They got Xavier James in the transfer portal. They still have Lou Underwood. And a reversing field all the way. I'm not sure if that was the move, Adam Williams, as he goes backwards. Mac Jack, the safety. So going for it here, 4th and 3 to open the season. They still have those 3 timeouts, so all hope is not lost, but they got to get it here. They're pressing on defense. A delayed give. He finds the outside, and he goes down. Lou Underwood on the tackle. Questionable play calling at best from Dave. And now here comes App State. 1 first down from Flynn Saunders wins them the game. Delayed give here and some nice room. They stack them up though. Handoff, and that's going to be the first down, and that is going to do it. Charles Coley getting it done. I don't know if he's the backup running back. I thought you still had Robertson. Maybe there's an injury there. But just now a couple of kneel downs, maybe one more first down. But they're in victory formation and a massive home win from an App State team that you got to feel like severely underperformed last year. They had the leading passer, the leading receiver in the country, arguably the best offense in the country, and they didn't even make a bowl game. So a lot of pressure on Coach Zach this season. So a big-time win here, and I believe that the under is going to barely hit here. 63, I believe that is correct. And App State does hit the cover of the spread. Well, they win outright, so. Oh, Robertson graduated. So punt formation, but they don't have to kick it. That's going to do it here. Another massive top 25 upset. Another G5 team showing really the country they're here to stay. This is a big time game. Nice pick from Patreon this week. That's a W game. Dave and Dogwater, arguably the 2 biggest moves in the offseason, both lose their opening game to G5 teams. So Flynn Saunders, the generational talent, his senior year, he gets 300 yards, so he doesn't get to that 400 mark, but he does get 5 touchdowns. So So an App State outright victory. And guys, we're halfway through Bear Cave, or just over. We're 60% through, and I believe my parlay is still alive. My 17,000 odds parlay, I believe, is still alive. We are so close. If I just hit the craziest parlay bet, it's going to be hilarious. All right, let's check out the stats. How did this one go down here? And, I mean, Dickinson, first touchdown of the year. And Joe West getting involved, even though he went down. You got Sonny West, the tight end. Brock getting involved. Dickens again. Kennery from Easton. All right. Now let's see some of these stats here. We'll start off with Oregon. Not a bad day from Easton. He had a good day. It's just, you're playing Flynn Saunders. You got to score more than 28. I mean, obviously that last drive was not all that inspiring from Adam Williams. It looks like Bo Jackson got injured, so that's why he wasn't in on that last drive. Terrence Gaddis, Kennery. This is the new supporting cast for Oregon. And obviously, anytime you take over a new team, there's going to be some massive holes you gotta kind of live with for 1 year. So really, with any of these coaches moving teams, you really can't expect much year one. The expectations typically come in year two. So App State, obviously, let's see what they did. Flynn Saunders doing his thing, 66 completion percentage, 5 touchdowns. And Coley popping off. He didn't get a touchdown, but that's all right. Receiving, our team of the year, arguably the best wide receiver in the country, Julius Dickens, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jason Brock, you got John West, the only 1 catch. Never mind, he did not pop off. Cade Barr, though, the SFA reject, getting 3 pancakes, his first career game. Lou Underwood leading him in tackles, also got that 4th down play. You got Valentine Turner getting tackles for loss. Xavier James, transfer from Illinois, getting involved. You got 1 sack and no interceptions here. Deflections, 1 from Turner, and they forced a fumble. That was probably the where the game changed. Yes, sir. App State won 35-28. Welcome in, Nick. I know I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure we have a Bishop Moore injury, but that was one of the first games I simmed, and my jaw hit the floor because Tennessee is the #1 ranked team along with ECU in terms of talent, and that was shocking. 3 points is really shocking. All right, so now we're on to the right side of the bracket. So for those of you guys following along at home, or if this is your first Bear Cave stream, the right side of the graphic is always the best games of the week. These are typically all ranked games or the very, very active users or the top 10 teams, right? So the first one this season is going to be North Carolina, Coach Sirilaxis Brio, and Stanford. Stanford was a playoff team last season. They felt like they probably should have beaten Alabama, frankly, in that Fiesta Bowl. They led for pretty much the entire game. And then you got North Carolina. He is a dog in the transfer portal, and he beat East Carolina last year. So they probably feel like they should win the division. So Sirilaxis Brio, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. And remember, folks, after this, we're going to take about a 5-minute break and come back right for game day. Desmond Stryker, the #1 recruit. SFA player from a couple of years ago. So I don't see him. This is going to be the Sid Nash game, and this is part of our... this is definitely part of our... Bear Cave. Hold on, I'm trying to find the over-under before we get started. So over-under of this game is 49.5. And then Sid Nash, his prop bet is over-under 7.5 tackles today. He's a tackling machine. All right, next score. Let's see what happens. Not a lot happening. North Carolina opens the score, and they go up 14-0. Oh, boy, Stanford. Can they battle back? They get 3 points. Ryan Hawkins needs to do a masterclass. Down 11 at halftime. Not looking good for Stanford at home. And North Carolina takes them down. Oh, dear. This is not looking good. But Stanford, they're on the run here. Can they get in? Yes, they do. They are down 8 now. As we're going to go next possession. And a long drive from North Carolina. That is not good, folks. My parlay is struggling here. Oh, dear. I do not like that. We need a masterclass performance here. If we're going to get it, they do. They get a quick score. Come on, Stanford. I need them to get the ball back, and we are going to jump in, folks. Can North Carolina finish the job? They're up 7 here. Handoff, and he gets a little bit, not much. And remember, folks, as always from season to season, the sliders have changed slightly to give us kind of just a revamped feel. You know, I always change a couple of things that seem like they're problems from year to year, right? So, some slight changes, not too many. But, yeah, I had Stanford plus 3.5 here. Please, no. Oh, they got the stop there on 4th down. All right. So, Stanford going to get the ball back. A chance to tie it up. No. I don't know. We'll see. Not today. Typically, I show the sliders. Not that big of a deal. But, I'm gonna let the season play out a little bit first before I give out the sliders because I don't want people farming playbooks or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Stanford. Playoff team last year. Can they get a win here at home? They need a touchdown. Ryan Hawkins. Oh, he escapes. We know he's shifty. He is a great runner. He gets about 4 there. Troy Oxford, the SFA player, former Ole Miss guy. They're taking off again. Ryan Hawkins once again finds room. That's what he does. 10 yards. First down, Stanford. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Rick, man, with the custom schedule. No bye weeks in week 1. Stacked as heck. So many great games. The SFA so much better. And we throw a pick! Stanford, what are you doing? You just cost me $170,000. Oh. The CC Sportsbook bet hits or doesn't hit. My parlay is over. Not quite over. Hey, I was 6 for 6, Florida man. You were always dead by like the second pick at the most. And it worked. I don't know what you're saying, Florida man. They only lost by 3. So 3rd and 15 here, unless it's an incompletion. Sierra Laxus Brio ruins me again. Why is Tribe and Sierra Laxus Brio like my 2 people that are just always in my grill, man? Always ruining me. Ah, North Carolina, man. Why? No, they scored a touchdown. They only lost by 3, Florida man. The parlay was perfect. I picked Stanford plus 3.5. And North Carolina gets it done. A big-time road win for them. I think a lot of people probably felt like this was an elevated preseason ranking. But Josh Garrett, he filled in for most of the year last year as the backup. He is now the true starter, and they are looking to take the division. So Georgia Tech and North Carolina winning week 1 in some very close games against tough opponents. We'll see what East Carolina can do next. So, yeah, my beautiful parlay just We'll see how many of these are wrong or right, but... So 6 and 1 were my picks. I should just straight bet all of these. Shake my head. Tough, tough. That's what happens with the sports book. It's always hit and a miss. Oh, SFA player Jameson Lacosta gets a touchdown. Let's go. All right. Josh Garrett, 15 of 28, 3 touchdowns and interception. Nicely done. Brock Thunderbird in his debut. The transfer from Mississippi State gets over 100 yards. Brock Thunderbird also led him in receptions, and receiving goes to Lee Brown. The guy who plays two ways, Clayton Forte, gets 2 catches. Troy Oxford leads him, and no! Oh, baby. Where is our boy Sid Nash? He did not come to play today. He gets 1 tackle. Oh, no, not the Bear Cave play. Poe gets a sack. If you bet on that prop, womp, womp. As now you've got deflections. We got forced fumbles. The lights were too bright. All right, let's take a look at Stanford here. How did Hawkins do? 17 of 32. Decent game. Would like a better completion percentage. Obviously, the interception did not go over well. Gary Barr taking over, the junior. He had a very good game. This is the Jet winner from last year. Jamal Jenkins and Eric Parrish. No catches from Clyde Starr. And Desmond Stryker gets 8 tackles. No sacks. 1 interception from Guillory. Tough way to lose at home to start the year for a Stanford team that won the Pac-12 last year. Interesting. And we got 3 games left here in Bear Cave. Remember, guys, we're going to take about a 5-minute break. Come right back for game day. It's the New Heights Classic between Skook and Mango. And remember, guys, if you are on Bear Cave Games and you want to talk to the press, we will have time after game day in our post-game presser stages where you can participate, get asked questions from reporters. We encourage all Bear Cave teams to get in there and do that, along with primarily, for sure, the game day coaches, hopefully, if they're available. But going up next, I'm delaying it way too long. Here we go, the debut of Tavarius Trace. I'm going to be sick. All the eggs are in the Tavarius Trace basket, and we have to face Chad Blunt. Not going to be a fun game when we lose this one. ECU, the most choking chokers of ever. Everybody loves to watch me lose, and I am scared. I know I'm a 10.5 point favorite, but this team, man, we just never come to play. Especially on Bear Cave games. Bear Cave games, I hate playing in a Bear Cave game. So this game, obviously 10.5 point favorite, 64.5 on the over-under. And the line for this game, it comes down to Tavarius Trace total yards for the Bear Cave prop. Will he have over-under 250 yards? You know, this is an offense that does not focus on the quarterback. Everything runs through that man, Vanilla Vic. Oh boy, there he is, Chad Blunt. All right, can the ACC remain on top today? It's going to be a good one. Next quarter, here we go. Who scores first? It's going to be ECU. All right, Chad Blunt, he does respond. Remember, this is the best secondary in the country in terms of corners, and we're down. We tie it up here. We get a turnover, maybe take a lead. It's tied at halftime. I knew this game would do this to me, man. It's close. I don't want it to be close. We take the lead. 28-21. Get another. Stop these guys. Where's the defense? We have to settle for a field goal. Next. Oh, gosh. And we miss a field goal now. We're going to lose. Oh, no. Here it comes, folks. Oh, man. We take the lead. Please, defense. Somebody do something. We get sack. Let's go. Get another one. Let's go. Come on. 3-point lead. Here we go, folks. Can EC win this game? They're up 3. Can they close it out? Travarius Trace, the debut. Vlad Sexton's in. We got Vanilla Vic. He goes to the left. There he goes down the sideline. He breaks a tackle. There goes Vanilla Vic. He breaks away. First down. Cal has to start using the timeouts. Just don't do anything stupid, Tracy. Hand it off to Vanilla Vic again, the best running back in the country, and he goes down. By the way, if this result holds, my parlay would have still been perfect. I picked Cal to +10. All right, 38-35. Please, guys. One more first down wins us the game. Hand off to Vanilla Vic. Wide open right side. Vlad Sexton with the block of a lifetime. Touchdown, Vanilla Vic. Boom, baby. I picked the Army spread. And questions were going rampant about whether benching Dusty Dukes was the move for Vlad Sexton at tight end number 1. Well, he just proved right there that he can get the blocking done. So back to 2 scores. So we go back to simming, and we'll see if Chad Blunt can make some magic happen. No, and that is the game. ECU wins it, baby. And yeah, Cryo using the new emotes. Check out the emotes if you are subscribed to the channel. Drop a Twitch Prime if you'd like access to them. They're all updated for season 10 or season 14, and I have a lot more new ones at least. I added the Elmo one. There's a Nick one, and there's that one is me hitting the notebook. Jay Jetta's just used that one. So there's some fun ones in there. Oh, baby, Yui Trace. Trace just got 45. I don't think he scored 45 points in any game for UCLA ever. Hey, Cryo hitting Yui with a sub. Let's go, baby. Cryo's a beast, man. We love you, Cryo. Question, how many total yards, though, did Trace get? So, Trace throwing a touchdown, Blunt running it, and then Vic in the second quarter. Kilpatrick getting one. Vic again, man. Vanilla Vic in his senior year, please, baby. Give him the Heisman. So, Trace, 233 yards. So, he needs over 17 yards for the over to hit rushing the ball. He had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's a beast. He's a beast. And Trace, 35 yards. So, the over does hit. Vanilla Vic gets 169, 4 touchdowns on the ground, and throwing the ball, he adds 40. James O'Neal, Alec Kilpatrick, Mario Thurman, only 1 catch today. And I didn't see anything from Vlad Sexton. Boo, I wanted Sexton to get involved. That's all right. Gene Williams popping off. And on defense, Theodore Chond, SFA player, and Womack both getting 2 sacks. Let's go, my defensive tackle and ends. And Poe Castle, his first game of the Legion of Dread. Dogwater gets 5 tackles. Interceptions. The freshman, baby, the starter, Saeed Champagne, gets an interception. The ball hawk back there. Let's go, the young gun. And a deflection here from Armani Campbell, the cover athlete from Buffalo, getting involved. He got 5 tackles, so he was on the field quite a bit as the number 4 guy. Nick Adams getting there. And then I want to see, where was Durr? What did Durr do? Quindarius Durr, only 2 tackles today. All right. Armani popping off his cornerback 4. Ooh, that win was exhilarating. That one was way too close for comfort. Let's go. UNC won, so yeah. They were the underdogs, I believe. Pretty sure not. Oh, I guess they were, yeah. Yeah, Stanford did cover. All right, ECU number 1 rank. Here we come? Question mark. We'll have to see. Yeah, they were. They covered. All right, folks. 2 games left, and they are juggernaut games. We got Georgia and Ohio State coming up now. When I saw this one on the schedule, I about creamed my shorts. This is one of those all-timer starting matchups. Georgia at Ohio State. This is the debut for Dickweed, the SFA player. He's been behind Ryan McBrien for so long on the depth chart. 2.5 point favorite for Georgia. In terms of the over-under, let's take a look. The over-under is 62.5. And the prop for this one is rushing yards for Dickweed, over-under 50.5. Hey, guys. Whoa. I'm talking about SFA Season 14 branding. We're cream and crimson for Oklahoma. That was an expression. Relax, folks. Relax. The cream and crimson season, and shout out to Oklahoma, man. This is one of the better logos we've had. This is the first time we have not had white in the logo, so that's kind of cool. The cream does the job. So Georgia at Ohio State. No more Ryan McBrien. Those days are over. All right, Cryo. Relax there, buddy. Clipping me, man. All right, here we go. Georgia gets an early touchdown. Ohio State is starting a freshman quarterback. So we'll see how that goes. But Dickweed looking good here early. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. But Ohio State battling back. You know what they do. They hang with you, and slowly but surely they just strangle you to death in the 3rd and the 4th quarter. Kind of like IRL Michigan. So 28-14. But we'll see. Can they hang around? Yes, they are. And an interception from Dickweed by R.J. Ware, the SFA player. All right, can Ohio State capitalize? Yes, they do. All right, folks, this one's going to be a barn burner. Down to the wire. Touchdown from Georgia. Can Ohio State respond? Doesn't look like it, so they're going to have to get a stop on defense now. And they do. So we're going to jump in here. 1:57 left. We're going to get to watch the punt. Ohio State choosing to keep those timeouts in their pocket here. A fantastic start to the season with the Bear Cave stream. We got so many highlights already to clip together. We'll see if Ohio State can do something. They are going to get a nice return here. Down the sideline, he gets hit hard. Josh Washington. So here comes Ohio State, led by a new quarterback. See what Ohio State can do. And this is not the Ohio State that we've known and loved over the last, well, I don't know about loved over the last couple of years, but there's a nice throw. Gets about 7 to Terrell Flowins, the SFA player. And Lance Malone, he is the quarterback here for Ohio State. Taking over. Nice day here. Can he lead a comeback drive? Lance Malone over the middle. Big time throw. First down. Bert Osborne on the tackle. And Ohio State's in business. Can they get a game-tying touchdown? Remember, they are at home. We're here in the shoe. Malone hurries it up. Flowins in the slot. Dallas Jacobs in the backfield. Malone floats it to Jacobs. He finds some room, gets out of bounds. 5 yards. And for a freshman, man, Lance Malone looks pretty good there. Hanging in. Delivering some strikes early on. No bad throws yet. Can Georgia hang on? This is the least talented Georgia team we've seen in a minute. As Dallas Jacobs does get the counter. He pushes forward and they give him the first down. 200 yards rushing. I mean, they did have a down year last year, missing the playoff. And floats that deep, and he hits his man, Terrence Matthews, one of the leaders on this team, one of the last guys from those great Ohio State championship teams. And look at Lance Malone. This is his first career game against a top 10 Georgia team, and he is fearless. What a drive they're putting together here. Gonna run triple option now, and he floats it out, gets it out to his man. There he goes down the sideline, brought down. That's Derek Ryan on the rush. Georgia not looking good on the defensive end here. They got to look at Khalil Reeves or Bert Osborne or Keelan Carroll. Make a stop. First and goal. They're going to throw it. Uh-oh, not much over the middle. He misses him. Lance Malone had him in the end zone. He's from Delaware here. Man, that was his chance. He could have been a star in the making right there, but missing that play, man, that just seems a bit stinky. As Fernando Jose, the brother of Jose, is actually number 60 on the bottom line. They're throwing that over, and that goes nowhere. Lance Malame. So third down now, 46 seconds left. They got to get it in the end zone here. Third and goal. Wide open, man. That's Flowens in the flat. Touchdown, Ohio State. Terrell Flowens, the SFA player, gets it in. Tie ball game. What a play. Malone found his man. Flowens does the rest. What an introduction to the SFA. Lance Malone. All right, now we're going to get to see Dick Weed action for the first time ever. First time we've ever seen Dick Weed throw a pass. He is a senior SFA player. Terrell Flowens, the SFA player, making a play. So Georgia. There's Dick Weed. He waited his turn at Georgia, his time to shine. Well, it's now Caleb Broussard in motion, the SFA tight end. Floating that one, and a beautiful throw. Did he get it in bounds? No, they're going to call him out. Just overthrown. Great game today so far from Dick Weed. He has 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards, 37 seconds left. Are we going to get another Georgia Classic overtime game? It seems like they are always on overtime games on Bear Cave. They are part of the longest overtime game in SFA history, which was the Oklahoma SEC Championship. Way back in, I believe that was season 8 or 9. Yeah, Tyron Jefferson, the days, man. Those were the days. The nostalgia. Vandegrift as well, loved him. And a nice completion there, James Nash. So both these quarterbacks playing really well. 28 seconds left. We are in yam range. We haven't seen any yams yet today. Dick Weed, he's yamming it deep. And it's intercepted. Vastly underthrown. Ohio State has a chance to take this back. Dick Weed, unbelievable throw, man. Boo. So now you give Lance Malone the chance to win the game in regulation. 3 timeouts. Split back set. They're just going to hand it off. Triple option. He gets it off to his man, Ryan. And he falls forward for the first down. What is going on, Ohio State? They're about 20 yards now, or maybe 10 to 15 from field goal range now. Lance Malone and company, can they make the fourth quarter comeback? He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's dropped. So they're going to get a yam to the end zone here. All right, so we got overtime or a Lance Malone freshman special. Malone, they bring a blitz. He's going to yam it deep. He does. And it's caught, but he's short. Daniel Jackson down at the 2. We're going to OT. just short. We've got free football that was almost legendary from Lance Malone. We'll see what they can do. Georgia's going to pick defense first. Here we go, folks. You got to think Georgia has the advantage. 35-35. Handoff Dallas Jacobs up the gut. Fernando Jose, the brother of legend Jose makes the tackle. Welcome in, D-Sleep. It has been a fantastic day of SFA action. We are so back, baby. Lance Malone here, freshman. They're going to bring a blitz, and he gets it away. Gotta say, for you guys on Patreon, you know I've been shitting on the Buckeyes all preseason, but the way, this freshman, he's looking good. Can't lie, they're looking pretty good right now. So 3rd and 4. This is a big moment. Another blitz, dumps that off. Jacobs, can he get there? Osborne brings him down. The SFA linebacker, in-game recruit. And they have to bring out the field goal unit. So to take the early lead here in OT. Kick is up. Oh, that doesn't look good. And it's good. Just barely inside the upright. All right, Dick Weedy threw the pick. His defense bailed him out at the 1. Can they win the game? A touchdown wins it. Field goal, and we go to 2. Man in motion. Under center, quick slant. Gets about 6 there. Second and 4 now here for Georgia. Defense got to stand on their head. You got to look at a Sean Storm, RJ Ware, the SFA corners here. Play action. Dickweed floats that in. He hits his man, but a big hit. A Sean Storm, the former #1 in-game recruit. Massive hit. Keeps the chances alive here for Ohio State. So offset eye now. Caleb Broussard, hand on the ground. 3rd and 4 for Dick Weed. Hands it off to McBride, and he doesn't get there. So Georgia's going to have to kick a field goal now. So from left hash, can they tie it up and send us to a second frame? And it's good. I thought that missed wide left. That was close. But we are going to a second frame, folks. Georgia will start out with the ball now. Offset, or pistol now. Dick Weed, can they do it? They had their chance. They missed it. Dick Weed, open field. There goes Dick Weed, and he gets hit hard. Remember Dick Weed, the prop bet over under 50 yards. I don't think we know what he's at. That was 8 yards there, though. This game, second OT to start the season. Dick Weed over the middle, and this one's caught. And our UI looks to be glitched now. It's all right, we made it a while. We've got a empty backfield, and it's a screen pass out wide, and that doesn't do anything. Davis unable to get to the edge. RJ Ware on the tackle, SFA corner. That's all right, I know these rosters pretty well. 2nd and 10 now for Dick Weed. Caleb Broussard, once again, watch him at hands on the ground. He goes out for the drag. Over the middle, wide open man, touchdown Georgia. Lack of discipline there from the guy in the zone, the hook zone. And Georgia takes the lead, wide open. That's Nash. It's our first touchdown in OT. Oh, and the kicker gets absolutely massacred, but no flag. All right, Ohio State now down 7. Malone, does he have some more magic in him? More triple option. They give it to him. He doesn't seem all that quick. The moves are not there. Lance Malone only getting 3. Not sure if he's the guy who should be running this offense. That was not impressive. Second and 7 now here. Ohio State, Terrell Flowens. Little play action fake over the middle. Hits Flowens in stride. First down, Ohio State. I mean, I'm not sure what's to question. Jay Jettas, you have best offense in the country. Get up by a couple of scores. Just McFeeders and biscuits, you know. First and goal here for Ohio State. Dumps that off to Dallas Jacobs. He finds the edge. He falls forward. Gets to the 4. Second and goal here for Ohio State. They have to punch it in. Only 3 down linemen. Watch the run. Dallas Jacobs, they're going to fake the screen pass, and he ends up throwing it late, and they only get about 3. Third and goal from the 4. They have to get a touchdown here. 2 downs to do it. Malone. He has time. It's running out. He trips on Dallas Jacobs. Down goes Lance Malone. Unbelievable if the game comes down to that. 4th and goal from the 12, game on the line. What is the call? Free blitzer, he gets it off, but he goes out of bounds. Georgia's gonna survive here on the road. They take down Ohio State. And finally, the SEC does something good in week 1. What a game, though, there from Ohio State at the end. They almost took them down. Dick Weed gets it done, though. And he had 47 rushing yards. So the under hits for the line of 50.5. What a game, man. A lot of highlights to go through on this one. Georgia always seems to get it done. Double OT. Ohio State had their chance at the end of the regulation, and then they also had their chance in OT. They just couldn't take it. 2 yards away on the Hail Mary. Yes, that was just Yes, it was just double OT. We've got one more game here in Bear Cave, and then we'll get started with game day. We had a good Bear Cave today, so it means it ran a little long. That's always awesome. Great way to start the year, seeing a lot of these games, and let's see how this one went. I mean, it was very back and forth all game long. Dallas Jacobs with a long run. Sonic Van Eagle, the SFA player, getting a touchdown there in the 4th quarter. And then the OT. Ohio State just couldn't. That sack, man, is what killed him. Dick Weed, not the best performance to start it out, but hey, you'll take it. 72%, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he only got 47 yards, so the under hits on the Bear Cave prop. If you bet any of those, Broussard got 20 yards, Van Eagle got 63. Everybody getting a touchdown from Dick Weed today. And then on the defensive end, David Smith, the most tackles, Bert Osborne right behind him, John Thompson, and a couple of sacks here for Nando Jose, the SFA player, brother of Jose, getting it done. No interceptions on the day, and 1 deflection, and any fumbles? No. For Ohio State, it was a big-time opening performance of his career, honestly, for the freshman. I mean, shoot, 3 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage, double OT against a Georgia team. That's pretty good in my book. You got Dallas Jacobs, 157, 2 touchdowns. He's finally the number 1 guy. Terrell Flowens did very, very well. Daniel Jackson just couldn't get in the end zone quite at the end there. And then on defense, tackles for loss, sacks, no sacks today on Dick Weed. 2 interceptions. SFA player RJ Ware got 1. Jason Jones got 1. Deflections, none. Forced fumbles, none. And that is how the game ends. So one more remaining. And it's a big one. It's Baylor versus Texas. The second best game of the week for sure. The return of Coach Flame to Baylor. The prodigal son. The man who built a dynasty. He is back. He saw the grass was indeed not greener in Illinois. All right, folks, this is our game day. I just want to make sure we have no other games. We have that one, correct? Oh, yeah. For those of you guys who have not seen Flame at Baylor, he's just a different breed. Flame, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. And you can also use different uniforms if you are here. So let me know, Coach Flame. Correct, no Burnside or Colt. And I am going to run our first prediction of the year for Babana. So get those coins ready. This is always just a who wins. Not going to be anything outside of that. We got Baylor. And we've got Texas. See if you guys can earn some coins. Remember, you can use the coins, cash them in. Or the Babanas. Cash them in for something. You can come to his stream if you'd like. I don't see a Flame in chat here, so... we're going to give him a second. Let me look up the lines. I know Texas is a 3-point favorite. And then the over-under for this game is 63.5. And the Bear Cave prop is Thad Mooney anytime touchdown. That is a big one. The biggest odds on the day, along with the Yaz Sussy sack. So can Thad Mooney get in the end zone for Texas? All right. I don't see Flame, so we're just going to get going here. And I've been skipping all the intros to get right to the coin toss to try and avoid the UI error. So that's what I'm going to do for game day as well. So I'll just skip all the pregame introduction stuff and the running out because what I've seen the last couple of years is it glitches at the beginning and it doesn't. The game doesn't crash, but then the UI is glitched, right? So I've been skipping it. We've had UI for most of these games, so that's what I'm going to do for the first couple of weeks. So we're just going to skip all of that right to the coin toss, and we should have our UI. I think that's more valuable than the introduction. All right, here we go. Baylor versus Texas. Texas no longer has Coach Dave. There's a team that felt like they should have been in the playoffs, and then they just crapped themselves last two weeks. And we have no score through one quarter here. So the return of Coach Flame, he brought the bad offense from Illinois. But there's a deep touchdown. Here comes Baylor and Coach Flame. He is back. It just feels right. 21-10. Here comes Baylor, but Texas is not going away. This is not those Baylor defenses of old. If you pause when the player stat box is on the screen, it also disappears for the rest of the game. So not that you do that often, just something worth noting. Okay. Next possession here. 28, another touchdown, a 70-yard run from Callahan. Can Baylor do it? And oh my gosh, on the road, Baylor is going to win the football game here. 3 minutes left, but wait. Here comes Texas. We're going to go one play at a time just to make sure there's no funny business. And there's a fumble. Texas gets what they needed. There's the funny business they needed. And they get a touchdown. 35-31, Texas for the onside kick. Here we go, another classic. Baylor gets the recovery. And now all Baylor needs is a couple of first downs. Two minutes left. Texas needs a stop. They still have Lake Hutchinson. They still have all their SFA players on the defense. Sonny Myers, who is going to get a stop. This run defense is not looking good. They're taking over for Coach Dave. Oh, dear. 35-31. Can Baylor get it done? Is Coach Flame back? Two tight ends set. Callahan in the backfield. Eric Morris under center. Handoff. Callahan, first down. The game is not over, but that definitely makes it tough. 35-31. One more first down truly ends it. Offset eye. Callahan to the outside. He goes down. No yardage gained. He's up to 159 on the ground. James Callahan. No more Braylon Burnside. Does not matter. The only player Flame brought in this season was Monroe Rosecrans, the center. They're going to run right behind him there. Oh, and he goes the opposite way, and he goes down again. Carl Garcia now. So now if they hold him to a field goal, they have a chance. But you have to get the stop here. Is Baylor going to go for a throw? This would be a big brain play from Flame if it works. Eric Morris sat behind Colt Brennan for quite a few years, ready to take the helm. Can he get Baylor their first win of the year? The snap. It's going to be a fake draw. He has plenty of time. But Morris, he's stumbling. He gets sacked. Ball's on the ground. They jump on it. Oh my God, that was almost a disaster. And they have to go for it now. They were out of field goal range. So Baylor is going to give Texas a shot. Instead of pooch kicking it, they're going to go for it. Can Texas make a play? Lake Hutchinson, Mustafa Farouk, Sonny Myers. Who's going to do it? He floats it out wide, and it's out of bounds, but they do get quite a few yards, so kind of an arm punt of sorts. Here comes Texas. Thad Mooney, number 23. Nash at the top of your screen as well. Oh, boy. They still have Aaron Allen, a lot of the same players. Here for Texas, new quarterback. And that's intercepted on the first play. Baylor's going to win the game. Morris Stewart throws the screen and it's picked. He never saw him. So after Coach Flame almost chokes another week 1 game at Baylor, kind of a tradition, typically to SMU, he gets it done here against Texas after a little bit of stress. But Baylor gets it done here, folks. Boom. And as Bear Cave ends, my parlay was 1 off. I think the Cal one, it hit exactly, or no, it was an under, I think. Under 10.5. Yeah, so I only missed one. It was the Stanford game. That sucks. I was 1 leg off of a $170,000 winner. I went 9 for 10. That's annoying. Yeah, that was a fantastic Bear Cave. What a way to start Season 14. And we got a full another game coming up. I always take about a 5-10 minute break here, go to the bathroom, get my ducks in a row, and then we'll come back for the New Heights Classic, Texas A&M versus TCU. I bet 1,000 and it was a 17,000 odds parlay. It was on all 10 of the Bear Cave games, and I was 1 off. So I guess that strategy might work, but I don't know. Might have just gotten a lucky week 1. Oh yes, Babanas. If you picked Baylor, congrats. Wow, a lot of people picked Texas. You guys not trusting Coach Flame. Interesting. All right, so a lot of big plays, a 92-yarder and a 70-yarder, and another 70-yarder. So the big play maybe being a problem here for Texas. Eric Morris, big time play, except for that one fumble. 46 completion percentage, not good. But what a start. And kind of, I mean, Flame putting some naysayers to rest. I was one of them, saying this is not a great Baylor team. They're probably going to struggle against TCU, but look at what they did. I mean, Phillips, 6 tackles for loss. Holy cow, 3 sacks. Couple interceptions were big. Deflections, got quite a few here. And this is a Baylor team that when Flame was not there, they were recruiting at a very high level. They had the #1 class, I think, a few years ago. Is Morris Stewart, the new quarterback for Sal Easton. Not that great in his start. Obviously, a bad throw there on the last drive. Maurice Young always shows up on game day games. No touchdown for Thad Mooney today, the SFA player. 3 sacks given up by Pollard. Oof. Kamani Cruz gets 7 tackles. 3 tackles for loss for Woods. A sack for Woods as well. No interceptions. Deflections. Everybody had a deflection today. A couple of forced fumbles as well. Only one was recovered by McBride. And yeah, that is the game. So before we get out of here, as always on Bear Cave Games, I preview next week so you guys can kind of get a... obviously, the scheduling is all available, but it is... it's always nice to see all the matchups. And week 2 will be the first time the SFA, you guys get to vote on our game day location, as the New Heights Classic is always game day, so that's why there was no vote for week 1. But in week 2, I'll put out a poll once we know the rankings. And coaches, if you're interested in putting out some rankings, we have a coach ranking input channel. Once all games are finished, that will open up, and they're due tomorrow, so you will be able to submit your own rankings. But we got Oklahoma versus Oregon. That is probably going to be included in our Bear K or in our game day vote. Marshall ECU should be a good game for me. Minnesota Buffalo, the Mod Bull. Florida Arizona, Coach Dogwater against his former team. Utah Virginia against his former team. Kansas Miami, Southern Miss Louisville, Georgia Tech Charlotte, Wisconsin. Some good games here. Another banger. Remember, we've tried to move a lot of the non-conference games to the start of the season. So hopefully we get a lot of great out-of-conference matchups before you get all those big storied conference rivalries, kind of like real life here. So there's definitely a lot of games to look forward to here. That Rutgers-Michigan one is going to be a low-key good one. Cincinnati-Iowa State's going to be good. Clemson, Illinois could be a good one. Rocky Mountain Showdown, you love to see it. I'm a IRL CU fan. And that is week 2 for you guys. So as always, guys, thanks for watching the Bear Cave stream. Appreciate anybody using Twitch Prime, anyone on Patreon, anybody who is even supporting by following a Twitch. It all is so great. Great kickoff here to Bear Cave season, and we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for the New Heights Classic. I'll see you then. Peace.